Hey everyone, welcome back to Pop Off English, the podcast where you learn real English with real life problems and sometimes a tiny bit of drama. I'm Mia.
And I'm Leo. If you want more fun English lessons for beginners, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends. It really helps our channel grow.
Today we have a big topic, a painful topic, a universal topic, responding to job rejections.
Yes, the email that starts with, "Thank you for your application," and you already know it's bad news.
When you see that email, your soul leaves your body for 5 seconds.
Then your soul comes back, reads the email, and says, "Wow, rude."
In this episode, we will talk about simple English you can use to respond to job rejections and also what you can do after the rejection. Top tips you can actually use.
And remember, this episode is for beginner learners, so we will use simple English and repeat important ideas, but we will not ask you to repeat after us.
You can just relax, listen, and enjoy. And yes, even enjoy rejection. We will try.
Let's start with the first thing, how it feels when you get a job rejection.
It feels bad, very bad, but also it is normal. Everyone gets rejected. I get rejected. Leo gets rejected.
I get rejected by jobs and also by cats. I try to pet a cat, and the cat just walks away. Zero interest.
Job rejections are like that cat. You say, "Please love me," and the job says, "No, thank you."
But just because one company says no, it does not mean you are bad. It does not mean your English is bad. It does not mean your skills are bad. It just means not this time, not this place.
So first, when you get a rejection email, do not answer immediately. Take a break, drink some water, walk a little, breathe.
Imagine you open the email, you read "unfortunately," and you answer in 5 seconds. You made a huge mistake. I am amazing. Not a good idea.
So first tip, wait a little before you answer. Even 10 minutes can help. Now, what should you write? Let's look at a very simple and polite answer in English.
Here is a basic answer you can send to many companies. Thank you for letting me know about your decision. I appreciate the opportunity, and I enjoyed learning more about your company. Please keep my details on file for any future opportunities. I wish you and your team all the best.
This is simple, polite, and professional. There is no drama. You do not attack them. You do not cry in the email. You just say thank you and good luck.
Let's look at this message in parts and talk about the meaning so you really understand it.
First part, thank you for letting me know about your decision. This means thank you for telling me. It is polite and it shows you are a calm person.
Second part, I appreciate the opportunity and I enjoyed learning more about your company. That means you are happy that you had an interview or that they checked your application.
I appreciate the opportunity is a very useful sentence for job emails. You can use it a lot.
And then please keep my details on file for any future opportunities. This is a nice way to say maybe hire me later. I am still interested. I am not angry. I am not going to burn your office.
And finally, I wish you and your team all the best. Very nice, very friendly, very professional.
This kind of answer can help you in the future. Many people never answer a rejection email, but when you answer like this, they remember you.
They think, oh, this person is professional and kind. Maybe next time we will call them again.
Now, maybe you want to ask for feedback. Feedback means information about what was good and what was not good.
But we must be careful. Some companies cannot give feedback. They are too busy, or there are rules.
So you should ask in a very polite and simple way. For example, you can write, If you have any short feedback on my interview or application, I would be very grateful. I am always trying to improve.
Any short feedback is important. It shows you know they are busy and you only want something small.
Also, I am always trying to improve is very nice. It shows you want to learn and you are not angry.
So here is a full email example with feedback included. Dear Name, thank you for letting me know about your decision. I appreciate the opportunity and I enjoyed learning more about your company. If you have any short feedback on my interview or application, I would be very grateful as I am always trying to improve. Please keep my details on file for any future opportunities. I wish you and your team all the best. Best regards. Your name.
This is a complete answer you can use, and it is still simple English. You can change small things, but the structure is good.
Now, let's talk about what not to write. Very important.
Do not write, "You made a big mistake," or "You will regret this," or "I am the best candidate, you are blind."
Do not write, "Why did you reject me? Tell me now." That is not feedback. That is an interrogation.
Do not say bad things about the company. For example, "Your company is terrible, and your logo is ugly."
Even if the logo is ugly, please keep that in your mind, not in your email.
Because here is a secret. Sometimes the same people move to a different company. One day they may think, "We need a good person for this job. I remember Mia. She was nice. Let's call her."
And if my old email says, "Your dog is stupid and I hope your printer explodes," maybe they do not call me.
So always think long term. Be kind now, and maybe you get an opportunity later.
Now let's talk about how to feel better after a job rejection and also how to use it as a tool to grow.
First, give yourself permission to feel sad or angry. You are human. It is normal.
If you think I must be positive 100% all the time, that is not realistic. It is okay to say, "I feel bad today."
But try not to stay in that feeling forever. After some time, move to action.
One good action. Write down 3 things you did well in the process. For example, I sent the CV. I went to the interview. I answered questions in English.
Focus on what you did, not only on the result. You are building skills every time.
Then, write down 1 or 2 things you can improve. For example, I can practice answers to common interview questions. Or, I can improve my answer about my strengths.
Or, I can work on my pronunciation of company names so I don't say Google like Gogol.
Next, organize your job search a little. A simple table can help. Company name, date, result, and notes.
In the notes, you can write things like friendly interview, asked many technical questions, needed better examples, or replied with very formal English.
This way, you see progress, not only rejection. You can say, "I had 5 rejections, but also 3 interviews." That is progress.
Also, from a language perspective, each rejection is free English practice. You get emails in English, you answer in English, you maybe have an interview in English.
So the job says no, but your English level says thank you.
Now let's talk about different types of rejection emails and how you can respond.
Sometimes the email is very short and cold. For example, "We have decided not to proceed with your application. Good luck."
This is not very friendly, but you can still answer in a nice way. For example, "Dear Name, thank you for informing me. I appreciate your time and consideration. Please keep my details for any future roles that may be a good match. Best regards. Your name?"
Even if they are cold, you are warm. You are the professional one.
Sometimes the email is more friendly, like, "We really enjoyed meeting you, but we selected another candidate."
Then you can write something a bit more personal. For example, "Dear name, thank you for letting me know and for the opportunity to interview with you. I enjoyed our conversation and learning more about the role and the team. If any similar positions open in the future, I would be happy to be considered. I wish you and the successful candidate all the best. Best regards. Your name."
"I enjoyed our conversation" is great if you had an interview. If you only sent a CV and there was no conversation, maybe do not use that.
Yes, that would be strange. "I enjoyed our conversation," and they think, "What conversation?"
For online applications with no interview, you can keep your answer short. For example, "Dear hiring manager, thank you for considering my application. Please keep my profile in mind for future opportunities that match my skills and experience. Best regards. Your name."
Hiring manager is a good neutral phrase when you don't know the name.
Now, a big question. Should you always answer a rejection email?
Not always, but usually it is a good idea, especially when you had an interview, you had phone calls or video calls, you had contact with a real person.
If it is just an automatic email from a system, like "do not reply to this message," then you can skip it.
But if a real person writes to you, answering is a nice professional move. It takes 2 minutes, and it can help your future.
Now, let's talk about language mistakes. Many learners worry, if my English is not perfect, maybe they will not hire me.
Of course, for some jobs, high-level English is important, but many companies care more about your attitude. Are you polite? Are you professional? Are you willing to learn?
In your rejection response, focus on clear and simple sentences. You do not need complex grammar. You just need to be clear.
For example, instead of, "I would like to hereby extend my sincerest gratitude for your esteemed consideration," you can say, "Thank you very much for your time and consideration."
Simple is good. Simple is professional. You can think, would a 12-year-old understand this sentence? If yes, then it is probably clear.
Now, another tip. Use templates, but adapt them.
A template is a model email you can use again and again. You write one good email, then you save it. Next time, you change only small things: the name, the company, maybe one sentence.
This saves time and energy. When you feel sad about rejection, writing a new email from zero is hard. A template is like your little assistant.
Just be careful. Always change the names. Do not send an email to Amazon that says, "I really enjoyed learning about Google."
That is a fast way to get a second rejection.
Let's talk about how to protect your confidence. Many rejections can hurt your self-esteem.
One idea. Separate your identity from the result. The result is no job. That is a fact. But your identity is not failure. Your identity is person who is learning and applying.
You can tell yourself, "I was rejected from this job, but I am not rejected as a person."
Another idea. Set process goals, not just result goals. A result goal is get a job this month. A process goal is send 5 applications this week, or practice interview answers for 20 minutes each day.
You cannot control the result 100%, but you can control the process.
And every time you do the process, you can say, "I succeeded today. I did my part."
From an English learning perspective, you can also set language goals connected to jobs. For example, learn 10 job interview phrases. Practice introducing yourself. Practice answering, "Tell me about yourself."
That way, even if the job says no, your English says level up.
Let's talk about a delicate situation when the company does not answer at all. No email, nothing.
The silent rejection. My favorite.
In this case, you can send a short, polite follow-up email after some time. For example, 1 or 2 weeks after the interview.
You can write, "Dear name, I hope you are well. I wanted to kindly follow up about the job title position. I remain very interested in the role. If you have any update on your decision, I would be happy to hear it. Thank you again for your time. Best regards. Your name."
This email is very polite. You are not pushing too hard. You just say, "Any update?"
If they still do not answer after this, it probably means no. In that case, you can move on and focus on other applications.
Remember, sometimes no answer is not about you. Maybe they are disorganized. Maybe the person left the company. Maybe their inbox is a black hole.
So do not think no answer equals I am terrible. Sometimes no answer equals they are terrible at email.
Now let's quickly review the main tips so you can remember them better.
First, wait before you answer a rejection email. Calm down and then write.
Second, use a simple, polite structure. Say thank you, express appreciation, and maybe ask for short feedback.
Third, never attack the company or complain in your email. Think long term. Be professional.
Fourth, use templates and adapt them to save time and energy.
Fifth, learn from each rejection. Write what you did well and what you can improve.
Sixth, protect your confidence. Focus on the process, not only the result.
And seventh, use each experience as free English practice. Your job journey can also be your English journey.
Before we finish, let's create one more very short answer for people who want something super simple.
Here is a mini version you can use when you do not have energy. Dear name, thank you for your email and for considering my application. I appreciate your time, and I hope we can stay in touch for future opportunities. Best regards, your name.
Short, kind, and professional. Perfect for low-energy days.
Remember, job rejections are not the end. They are part of the story. One day, you will probably say, "I am happy that job said no, because now I have a better job."
Future, you will look back and say, "Wow, I was very dramatic, but it's okay, I learned a lot."
If this episode helped you, please subscribe to Pop Off English. Click like and share this podcast with a friend who is also looking for a job.
You can listen again to practice the phrases and the structure of the emails. The more you listen, the more natural the phrases will feel.
Tell us in the comments. Have you ever received a rejection email in English? How did you feel? What did you answer?
We read your comments, and they help us create new episodes for you.
Thanks for listening. Take care of yourself, and remember, one no brings you closer to a yes.
See you next time on Pop Off English.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.